In exercise 5.10, we look at the volume and the surface area of a sphere, and the good news is that both these formulas are written on the reference sheet. And just make a correction there, that should say area, A or surface area. Okay, let's take a look at the reference sheet. So here they are on the reference sheet. Let me pick a different colour. The volume, so this one is the sphere, volume of a sphere, and this one up here, 4 pi r squared, is the surface area of a sphere. Now, this reference sheet, they've made it a little less obvious than the previous reference sheet in that they don't give you any titles. So while all these formulas are on there, if you haven't learned what each formula actually calculates, then it's probably not going to be terribly useful to you. So please put these names to the formulas and make sure you've learnt those. Okay, back to the notes. So we've got our formulas. It'll just be a matter of reading the questions carefully. I'm sure you know a sphere shape has a radius, and it's the radius dimension that is used in the formula. So it's always the radius. Volume, it's radius cubed, and surface area, it's radius squared. Let's have a look at this example. An asteroid is in the shape of a sphere with diameter. It's going to be a problem for us. So we've just said the dimension used in the formula is the radius. So the diameter is 324. Really, these questions are more of a test of how carefully you read a question, because the maths involved in turning a diameter into a radius, dividing by 2, and considering you've got a calculator, none of that's difficult. It's more, like I said, a test of how careful you are in reading. So I think I'll actually note that to start with. Radius would be 324 divided by 2 meters, which is 162 meters. And A says, what is the volume? Find V. In scientific notation, correct to 3 sig figs. So these are skills that you practiced back in the first part of this chapter. Let's see how well you learned them. So V is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. So we've got 4/3 times pi times 162 cubed. Now we'll see on the calculator, the 4/3 times pi times 162 cubed gives me this number. So I'm going to first write it correct to 3 significant figures. 3 significant figures means I will cut it off here and replace the rest of the positions with zeros. I'm cutting off a 0, so it's not going to impact on the 8. And then all these other positions down to the decimal point I fill with zeros. So that's correct to 3 sig figs. Done. In scientific notation, I've got to write it as a number between 1 and 10 and multiply by the number of places that I now need to move that decimal point. So I put it in here and it needs to be on the end. I need to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. And what did we measure in? Meters cubed. Part B wants us now to find the surface area correct to the nearest hectare. It's important you note that. And it's also important that you can remember the connection between, we'll be operating in meters and hectare. Remember, 1 hectare is 100 meters by 100 meters, which gives us 10,000 meters squared for 1 hectare. So what we're going to do is calculate the area in meters squared, then divide by 10,000 to get the number of hectares. So surface area is 4 pi r squared, straight from the reference sheet. 4 times pi times our radius is 162. You can see from the calculator, 4 times pi times 162 all squared is this 329,791.8304. To the nearest, we're going to cut off here, which is cutting off the 8. That will impact on the 1, so it'll become 329,792 meters squared. Now, to convert that to hectares, hectares are bigger, we need to divide. We're going to divide that by 10,000, and a shortcut is to move your decimal point back 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it becomes 32.9792 hectare, but we're giving it to the nearest, so it'll be 33 hectares. You should be right then to make your summary and your key points and do exercise 510.